got some breaking news involving your Tennessee Titans as the Titans have found their next GM. It is Ran Carthon. So we're going to break down this hire, get to know the new John Robinson in Tennessee, the new GM calling the shots. But Diana Rossini tweeting it out just as we actually put out another Titans video. We got to take that one down. We'll save it for later. But the Tennessee Titans are hiring San Francisco 49ers Director of Pro Personnel, Ran Carthon, as their new general manager. So clap it up for Ran. Welcome to the Volunteer State. Welcome to Nashville. We're going to break down this hiring and get to know his background and what Titans fans can expect as their new GM throughout the course of today's show, because I don't think anyone woke up today going, you know who I know a ton about? This Ran Carthon guy. But let's go back and find out what his career looked like. So he has spent the last 5 seasons in San Francisco putting together Director of Pro Personnel. Before then, he was with the Rams as the Director of Player Personnel, and he was a pro scout for the Falcons before then, and he also was a running back for the Indianapolis Colts early on in his career. So, career-wise, just looking at the resume, looks really good to me. I mean, with your experience, when you have experience working in the front office in one of the best organizations in football in the San Francisco 49ers, I think that's a really good resume booster right there. Now, I think this hiring kind of came, I wouldn't say out of left field in terms of the actual hire itself, but the announcement. I thought they would do some more interviews. I thought they would kind of go through some extra waves and whatnot. But ultimately, Ran Carthon, they liked him enough in interview number 1, whatever it was, and they locked him up. So let's break down the signing a little bit more here. In fact, forgot producer Nick, we got a picture of Ran. Let's throw that on next to me because we're going to get to know him a little bit better together, and we're going to go through what I like to call a bit of like a Wikipedia book club right here, because I don't think anyone knows a ton about Ran, but in case you're wondering what he looks like, there he is right there. So he is born in Arkansas, went to high school in Key West, Florida, played for Florida, so go Vols. But he was a running back for the Gators. He was a UDFA, spent some time with the Colts, so was the practice squad of the Lions, and didn't have a long playing career in the NFL, but he did have a long career working in the front office for the 49ers and the Rams, like we mentioned. Other Wikipedia things here. His legal name, by the way, is not Ran. It is Arkandra Cornell Carthon. That's a baller name right there. That's a smart guy name. If I made a guy named Arkandrick, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly exactly. There's no way you're not really, really smart. So grade the hire for me. A, B, C, D, or F. I think it's hard to be really upset about a hire for a GM because pro football, like football fans, NFL guys, we don't know who the up-and-coming GMs are. None of us go around going, man, whoever the player personnel is in Baltimore, they are killing it. Get me that guy. No. But I think the answer is A. Why? He worked with the 49ers for the last 4 or 5 years. I stopped listening after that, right? When I see that you're with the San Francisco 49ers, I just think they're one of the best well-run organizations, and he has put together the best roster in football, in my opinion, right now. I think if you took the roster outside of the quarterback position, which has had some injuries, and the Trey Lance pick maybe not working out the best, but outside of that, McCaffrey, that trade was awesome. Bosa, I mean, this roster in San Francisco, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, there are some really good pieces, and I think you can attribute to this guy, Ran Carthon. So, other things I liked about the hire. Probably like a lot of you, the first thing I did when I saw the announcement was I went to Twitter. Tell me what smarter people are saying about this. They all love it. Anyone with the blue check mark on Twitter is raving about this decision by the Titans. So, I thought John Robinson did a lot of good things with Tennessee. Ultimately, I do think that A.J. Brown trade was probably a nail in a coffin for him, but I am very optimistic about what Ron can do. Now, we're going to talk about what Tennessee can do under Carthon, this upcoming free agency and draft in just a moment. But when breaking news happens, me and producer Nick Roloff are flying into the studio to get you guys a video as soon as possible. So if you're looking for a Titans YouTube channel, it's going to keep you informed and entertained. Subscribe today. Now, what is Ran going to do this offseason? He's only got 6 draft picks to work with in this upcoming NFL draft. They have their own first, their second, their third, No fourth, but a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh. We're going to learn a lot about Ran, right? Is he a GM that says F them picks? Is he of that mindset? Is he a GM that wants to acquire picks, right? They've got the 11th overall pick in the draft, so they can make some noise. That's a decentable tradable piece right there. I don't have a good inclination other than if your background is scouting, which it was with the Falcons, to me that probably tells me you came up the tree of you like to build through the draft. And if that's the case, maybe they do move back from 11 to stockpile some more picks, right? Maybe he looks at the board right now in Tennessee and goes, we've only got 6 picks for the draft. That's not enough. I want to get 8 or 9 picks in. Let's move back a couple spots. So that could be something to watch for as we get closer. Now, as for free agency, that's a whole different beast of its own. And that was actually, if you're one of the 30 people who viewed it before we deleted the video, you would say that the Titans don't have a ton of cap space. Just negative $24 million right now. So they need to free up some cap space. And with a new GM coming in, that could result in Ryan Tannehill being released. Taylor Lewan, Robert Woods, a couple of names to watch for with a new GM getting settled in Nashville now. Those could be some moves to watch for as he starts to build his roster, right? That's the whole point of hiring a new GM, is they want to get in there and they want to get their hands messy. They want to take that and mold it to their liking. So keep an eye on some of these contracts that have a lot of cap space just hanging out in front of Ran, and he might decide to opt in for that. So we just talked draft. We just talked free agency. What do you think the first move Ran should make as GM? Help him out. First help him out by telling him some good spots to go to in Nashville, calling all the locals right now to help him feel, a little more welcomed in. Broadway's super touristy, so let him know some of the good spots off the beaten path that he should go to. But also help him out by doing his job, right? Is it, hey, sign this guy in free agency? Is it cut Ryan Tannehill? Is it trade up in the draft and get a quarterback? Is it move back and get some more picks? Let me know, or really let Ran know in the comments section below. One last time, we'll part you with this here. His career up until becoming the GM in Tennessee. Director of Pro Personnel for the Niners from 2017 till now in 2022. Before that, for 4 years, he was the Director of Player Personnel for the Rams, and he spent 3 seasons as a scout with the Atlanta Falcons. That is going to do it for today's show. The Titans have found their new GM. It is Arcandrick Cornell Carthon, Ran Carthon, the new GM of your Tennessee Titans.